Hello to the boxing fans around the world. Thank you for joining me once again here on Talk and Fight for another episode of Boxing News Today, courtesy of our friends across the pond at boxing247.com. We're going to start today's headlines off with a quick little story out of Guadalajara, where Hiroto Kaguchi is taking on Esteban Bermudez. Kaguchi is undefeated, and he's excited by the new wave of boxing fans in Japan, and is ready to wow them as he defends his WBA Super and Ring Magazine World Light Flyweight titles against Bermudez. That'll be tonight, June 10th, taking place at the Dome Alcade in Guadalajara and shown live worldwide on DAZN, by the way. So Kaguchi is 15-0, 10 knockouts. He's defending his belts for the fourth time and makes a welcome turn to the ring after his entertaining battle with the Pocket Rocket Axel Aragon Vega in Dallas back in March 2021, which came to an end when the challenger was forced to quit the bout with a hand injury in the fifth round. The Japanese fighter, who previously defended the titles in successive points wins over Tanawat Nakun and Tetsuya Atsada in June and October 2020 in his homeland, fights in Mexico for the first time in the paid ranks and does so against a hungry contender, Bermudez, who's 14-3-2, by the way, 10 knockouts of his own, who holds the WBA regular title after handing a first career defeat to defending champ Carlos Calanzales in stunning fashion back in May 2021, flooring the belt holder towards the end of the sixth round before wiping him out with 23 seconds left in the session. So of the sport of boxing in Japan, Kaguchi says this: boxing is getting more popular in Japan and a lot of new fans are coming out to the sport. That's great for me, as I think I'm excited to watch, and I think they'll like me. I want to stay at light flyweight, as there are still things I want to do, but in the future, I may move up. I became champion because I'm very strong. I want to win against Bermudez. I watched his videos. He's a very aggressive fighter and tough man. I think my style is a little Mexican too. So it will be an exciting fight for the fans. I think they'll enjoy it. Lighter weights, more speed, and all the best fighters have great technique. So it's just exciting to watch as the heavier weights. Fair enough. So if you want to catch more of that story, just pop along to boxing247.com. Also on that fight, by the way, Anthony Herrera faces Kenny Venezuela, and Aaron Ponte fights Leo Martinez, while Jesus Martinez makes his professional debut against Daniel Gomez. All right, on we go now to the Turning Stone Resort in Verona, New York. For fight taking place as well this weekend. We've got six-time Tennessee Golden Gloves champ Tyler Short Fuse Tomlin, 13-0, also undefeated, 9 knockouts. He'll make his ShowBox, a new generation debut, when he squares off against Chan Thompson, 10-0, also undefeated, 7 knockouts, and an 8-round lightweight bout that will open up the telecast, as I say, tonight over on Showtime. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. I believe 9 p.m. Eastern Time. From Verona, New York. This is what Tom had to say about his training camp. For this camp, I traveled to Tampa Bay. I got some really good work from multiple pros who were pushing me hard. My father, Daryl, who's my head coach, has been breaking down Tom's style, and we had a great game plan in place. We have a great game plan in place. I learned a lot over the past few camps, and I'm feeling really great going into this fight. And on his matchup, he had this to say: Thompson is undefeated for a reason. He's a good fighter with a lot of talent. I'm going to make it rough and a brutal fight, something he hasn't seen yet. We both have power, but I feel mine is superior. Whatever he tries to do in the first night, whatever he tries to do on fight night, I'll have an adjustment waiting for me. It's going to be an exciting fight, one the fans will be talking about that I can guarantee. Fair enough. It is also he's fighting during Hall of Fame weekend, by the way, which a lot of the Americans are excited about. Anyway, let's move across the pond then to Telford, England, for the next night, where we're going to see action taking place at the Telford International Centre. The British title fighters for Saturday night's doubleheader in Telford met this afternoon in OIC to face the media in the final press conference ahead of the show, which will be screened live on BT Sport 1. At the top of the bill, Telford local Liam Davies. Oh, I know I picked this one. Hang on, it's coming. Wait for it. At the top of the bill, Telford local Liam Davis takes on the champion Mark Leach for the super bantamweight belt, while at super flyweight, Ijaz Ahmad and Kaiji Kadimi will meet for a third time. All right, so Liam Davis had this to say of note, which is what caught my attention. Calling him Salfirchenko is his coaches building him up, and my job on Saturday is to knock that confidence out of him. From the first bell, that's what I'll be doing. He has done well to be British champion. It's a good achievement. I respect that. But my time is now, and it's going to take more than one man, no matter what he does, to stop me getting what I want. It's my biggest fight to date on paper, and I'm ready for it. Okay, I just had to chuckle about the Salfirchenko kind of mention anyway. Mark Leach in response said, I just turned up, make sure I'm fully fit, and whatever's in that ring, I come out victorious no matter who it is. He's unbeaten prospect, some of their easy fights. Well, I've been around the block and I've seen it all. It's satisfying to take the O away. He's good, talented, tall, but I've got all the answers on Saturday night. I will show you that. All right, let's move along. Archie Sharp. Archie Sharp has promised to send a message to world champion Shakur Stevenson by knocking out his opponent in Leeds this month. The WBO's #1 super featherweight contender ends an 8-month wait by returning to action at Ellen Road on Saturday, June 18th. Sharp, 27 years of age, has been banging the drum for a fight with the American star Stevenson and says by the end of 2022, he wants to have secured a shot at the unified title holder. Essex fighter Sharp, who sent a message on social media by Stevenson in the wake of Joe Cordina winning the IBF crown, and insists it'll be the clearest indication yet that the US man is rattled. I'm excited to get back in the ring, he says, seeing my name up in lights. I can't wait for the 18th in Leeds, says Sharp. I'll not be letting this guy go the distance. I'm determined to make a statement on my return, and after that, I just want big fights. And regarding Stevenson, Sharp added, Stevenson mentioned me first, and at first I just ignored him. But I got a notification on Saturday night after the Cordina fight, so I had to respond. I'm living in his head, rent-free, and he's gone out of his way to message me. All I will do is keep poking, and see what happens, because at some point, the WBO are going to make me the mandatory challenger for his belt, and he'll have to fight me. I know the bigger the opposition, the bigger the threat, the better I will be. These guys are going at it, not only in the ring, but on social media. Good stuff. All right, speaking of leads on that fight, we're also going to see Harry Davies, and he says he'll make Lewis Ritson pay for talking a whole lot of trash after his ring return in Leeds is out of the way. Two tank fights for the first time this year on Saturday, June 18th at Ellen Road, as I spoke of earlier, and we'll use the show as a warm-up for the huge fights in the second half of 2022. Harry Davies hopes to land a shot at the vacant WBA World Super Lightweight title and has laid out reasons why he should be next in line for the opportunity. But the outspoken Londoner says he could fight Newcastle hero Ritson following his comeback in Leeds, and there's no love lost between the pair. Davies, who's 30 years old, had planned to be ringside for Ritson's fight at Pro Bound Throwdown in March, but changed his mind, leading to claims from his rival that he was intimidated by the Northeast fans. Davies said, I will take on anyone after this fight in Leeds, but Lewis Ritson is someone who stands out because that guy has been talking a whole lot of trash. If we fought, I don't see him lasting more than 3 or 4 rounds. And so for my next fight, I don't mind going up to Newcastle, knocking out Ritson, because it would be money for easy work. This is a good Friday. All right. Let's move across the pond to Framingham, Massachusetts at the Sheraton Hotel. A fight going down between David Ribeiro and Raheem Johnson. 2020 New England Golden Gloves champ David Ribeiro, fighting out of Brockton, Massachusetts, is preparing once again for his long-awaited professional debut scheduled for June 25th on the evening portion of Road to Stardom card at the Sheraton Hotel in Framingham. Road to Stardom, presented by Granite Chin Promotions, is the first day-night professional boxing doubleheader in Massachusetts history. Boxing fans will be able to watch both shows via live stream on boxingtv.com. Ribeiro was all set to make his pro debut back in May 7th in Bridgewater, Massachusetts, but his opponent never got on the phone, canceling their fight and disappointing the ready-to-go Ribeiro. Check this out, guys. I didn't find out until the day of the weigh-in, Ribeiro said. I was devastated. I was on weight and ready to put on an exciting show. I'd sold all my tickets. It was a great moment until I got the news. I'll be even more prepared this time, though, because the cancellation motivated me to work even harder. I've been in training camp for 8 weeks now. No easy way to get ready for the fight. I've been working on my strength and conditioning, cardio and nutrition. I've been sparring some tough people. The only difference is my opponent. So Ribeiro is slated to face Raheem Johnson, who's 6-17-1 out of Indianapolis in a 4-round bout. The Brockton fighter could have fought an easier opponent in his first pro fight, certainly less experienced than the 24th fight Johnson. It doesn't matter to me, Ribeiro said. My team picks my opponent. I know what I bring to the table. I know what I'm capable of, and I'm very confident. The excitement is still there. Bridgewater is only 20 minutes from my home. Framingham is around 40, but I still have people buying tickets. They're willing to travel to support me. So much for a fighter only had one pro debut. It's like Groundhog Day for the latest fight of the City Champions, which is Brockton. David Ribeiro, who can't wait to get back in the ring. Good for him. All right, let's move on to the last story of the day, which is not involving a fighter per se, but someone who is in the fight community. The world's #1 boxing designer, Javier Zanzun Jr., who is known for his influential streetwear, Take On Boxing ring attire, has had a huge 2022 so far, and the year isn't even over. In just 5 months, Zanzun has been a part of many of the most watched boxing fights the sport has ever seen, with millions of fans viewing his art. He said, I am blessed to have continued working with the best fighters in all aspects of the sport of boxing, whether it's the most followed young pro boxer in Ryan Garcia, or major influencers entering boxing like iDubbbz, Dad, or JustaMinx, said Zanzun, reflecting on his work this year. He said, I'm so thankful to be in the position to create memorable outfits that match the performances of the fighters in the ring and to make for iconic moments in history. I'm trying to do my best to make the most out of this moment in my life. So for those of you who are unaware, Zanzun continued his long-standing relationship with Ryan Garcia as he designed his ring outfit for his fight against Emmanuel Tagot. Zanzun's work was on full display this past weekend as he designed Dave Morrell's outfit for his impressive stoppage win over Calvin Henderson. And he also designed Yordenis Ugas' ring attire for his win over the legend Manny Pacquiao. Most recently, however, Zanzun was entrusted by many YouTubers who are making their leap into boxing as part of the Creator Clash event held down in Florida, such as iDubbbz, Hundar, also a Muscle Party, Dad, Arin Hanson, who's GameGrumps, and JustaMinx. All had custom outfits designed by the hardest working fashion designer in the fight world. He said, everyone I work with is family, and whether it's your first fight or pay-per-view fight, I want you to enter the ring with pride in your custom-made outfit built just for them, said Zanzun, creator of iGMOB. I am extremely loyal to each and every fighter I work with, and I want their ring outfit to be perfect, just like how they train. The same expectation they have in the ring is the same I carry over to the ring attire. I demand the same excellence of myself that the fighters ask of themselves on fight night. Good stuff, and just to show you how expensive the sport of boxing is, not just the people in the ring, but those outside of the ring helping these fighters feel good about what they do and why they're doing it. All right, sports fans, thanks very much for joining me here again on Talkin' Fight. Appreciate it. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you later on today, being Friday at 4 p.m. for Knuckle Up with Mike Rohr and Cedric Ben, and then later on this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time for our Friday night panel with Tim Witherspoon and several other guests as well. Again, thanks for joining me, and we'll see you later on.